Hello. This is my first live on Facebook in about 14 months. So it's been a long time. One question I had from the lovely Sue was, does everyone need an eye cream? And this is quite interesting. I used to say to people before I was a qualified cosmetic chemist, you don't need an eye cream. It's one of the biggest beauty myths out there, and they're just trying to get you to buy new products. I even remember looking at an Australian brand's products and looking at the ingredients that they had for an eye cream, a face cream, and a body lotion. And sorry, my son's just a bit noisy in the background. You getting your pizza? You good? Hopefully he's going upstairs now. So I was looking at the ingredients for those three products for this particular well-known Australian brand, and they were identical. They were even in the same order, so they hadn't even changed the percentages of certain ingredients to suit, for example, an eye area or a body. So what they probably had done was just repackaged the same product into different packaging with 4 different price points. And that's really, lots of companies did that, and that's why there was a lot of backlash and a lot of people started to say, you don't need an eye cream. It's the same as what you're putting on your face. But what I learned as a cosmetic chemist is eye creams that are made properly are in little tiny jars because they're very concentrated and they're full of actives that are specific for your eye area. And if you do have a very, say, basic cream for your face or a lotion or a serum, and you want specific functionalities from your eye cream, so maybe puffiness or dark circles, not just anti-wrinkle, then yes, an eye cream is going to benefit you and you're going to enjoy using it. I want to talk about free from claims. You will often see free from claims. Sorry, I'm just really distracted because my kid's here in the kitchen. Maybe I'll introduce him, because my lab, this is my home lab. I'm literally in my house. So there's the kitchen and there's the teenager helping himself to a soft drink. So the reason why I wanted to talk about free from claims is they appear in a lot of our products in Australia. It's actually illegal now in Europe to say free from in any of your marketing. So you will not see it in packaging, you will not see it in advertising or on social media. But in Australia, companies still will say free from or does not contain or no, and then they'll list a whole lot of things. And I've got a brochure here from a company that I actually really like. And this is perfectly legal, but in their brochure, they've got a whole list of ingredients that it doesn't contain. So it says no alcohol, no silicone, no talc, no bismuth oxychloride, no phenyl oxyethanol, which is a preservative, no petrochemicals, no synthetic substances or mineral oils, which are essentially the same thing. Why do they do that? Why do they say free from? And why are they not allowed to say that in Europe? And guess what? The law will be changing in Australia. We will catch up and you won't be able to say that in Australia in the future. And the reason why, the reason why they do say it is they're trying to say our products are better than the other company's product. So they're picking out ingredients that might have a bad reputation. Maybe those ingredients are completely safe. Mostly they are, and that's why now in Europe, companies are not allowed to say, my product is free from parabens, for example, because it's a way of saying indirectly that that other product, that other brand that contains parabens is harmful. So that actually leads me into a really big beauty myth. Parabens, they have been demonized. And a lot of research has gone into them. There were heaps and heaps of them. I think there are about 23. What are they? They are preservatives. Why were parabens everywhere in the past? They're really, really cheap, really super cheap, and incredibly effective at killing germs, killing bacteria, mold, and funguses. So a lot of beauty products used parabens, and they would have very long names. So it would be something, paraben. But they were linked to different types of cancers. There have been lots of research, and there are 7 parabens that we can still use in Australia. All of the others have been banned, but these 7 parabens have been proved scientifically to be harmless when used at the prescribed amount. Personally, I don't use them because they are derived from synthetics, which is they're derived from fossil fuels, so I don't use them. But the parabens that you might see on a product, it would be a budget product. If it's been sold in Australia, it adheres to our laws. It's safe. It would be used using prescribed input levels. And again, brands like to say paraben free, we're paraben free, because they are trying to say that their product is safer or better or superior than another brand, and it's fear mongering. So free from alcohol, no alcohol. Why would alcohol be bad? Some alcohols that we use are fatty alcohols, and they offer emolliency. That means they offer moisturizing properties. No silicone. Well, that's, I guess if people don't want synthetic, silicons aren't harmful. They won't clog your pores. That's a big myth. I think a lot of, again, smaller indie brands claim that their products are silicone free and that they will clog pores, but in actual fact, plant oils are more likely to clog your pores than silicones because of their molecular structure. They're heavier. So that's interesting. Oh, this is a good one. No harmful fillers. Do you know what fillers are? Fillers are ingredients that are put into a product to bulk it out. They can have a purpose. One purpose might be they're there to bulk out a product so that they make more money. They're not harmful though. They're not going to hurt you. They can be very useful though. So I had a friend who showed me a serum that she had, and she said, is this good? And I said, well, it's got a lot of filler in it, but I think that's so that the consumers will be happy to buy it. It was essentially a highly concentrated serum that you would only need a little drop. And then what they did is put it in a big bottle and had like an oil a filler to fill it out. But it meant you could kind of put it on quite liberally and slap it on, and selling you something that's 50 ml for, say, $130, you might be happier than buying 5 ml. So I think that in some cases fillers are used to make the product look bigger, to help with consumer perception that they're getting value for money, but it also can make a product easier to put on. No fragrances. Yeah, that's interesting. Fragrances can be an irritant. I used to think that it was synthetic fragrances that were the biggest irritant and loved my essential oils. And then when I studied cosmetic chemistry, learned that it's actually the plant oils and essential oils that are more likely to contain things that you're going to react to. In fact, in Europe, you have to list allergens from your essential oils in your ingredients list. I now do this. I put it on there. Most Australians wouldn't know what they were looking at. But if you went to a dermatologist and they said there's a particular compound that you need to avoid, I put it on there. In Australia, it's not law. You don't have to put it on there. No chelating agents. Okay, but chelating agents are really good if you live somewhere like Adelaide where your water's really hard, because it will help your shampoo to foam. I don't know why. That's something to avoid. And then the last one is no potentially harmful preservatives. Why do we think preservatives are harmful? Do you know why? It's a crossover from the food industry. When you're looking at having a healthy diet and eating food that is the best for you, you're told to eat fresh food. Avoid the things in boxes. Avoid the things that need preservatives. Go for fresh, your fresh meats, your fresh fruits, your fresh vegetables. And that mindset crosses over to the beauty industry. But it's actually quite dangerous to have beauty products that don't have preservatives. I do know of a small indie brand who are doing very well. They put a 4-month shelf life on their skincare because they don't use preservatives. And you might think, well, that's okay. Like, they're using it within 4 months. It still can grow harmful bacteria, molds and funguses. Yeah, I'd be very wary. Preservatives are your friend. They keep your products safe. They don't even have to be synthetic. I could preserve a cream with 10% tea tree oil. I wouldn't do that because it would stink. We have such tight regulations in Australia that there are some ingredients, I'll give you for example, that will release formaldehyde in incredibly small amounts, and it's harmless, but especially the indie brands will pick up on that and then claim mine's doesn't produce the formaldehyde. Again, they're trying to position themselves as, I guess, being natural and healthier, a better option than the big brands that do use a lot of the synthetic ingredients. Honestly, the truth is all of these synthetic ingredients, they're safe, they're fine to use, they won't hurt you, they don't get into your bloodstream, they don't give you cancer. I do love natural products. I obviously love them. I specialize in organic formulation. It's not because it's healthier, it's not because it's safer. For me, it's the environmental side. I like to use ingredients that are not derived from fossil fuels. That's my personal choice. I love organics. I think that moving into the sustainability path is something that's going to be growing, and hopefully we'll have more and more good sustainable options in the future. Sorry about the interruptions of my son. He was distracting me no end. Well, if you have any other questions, please just put them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. And thank you. I got a love heart. Woohoo! Thanks for watching me. Bye. Have a lovely night. See ya.